Overall this spring, what do you think you've gotten out of that group?
The guys have been working hard, in particular, you take a guy like Marcel, who's done a great job of communicating, getting guys in position to make plays. Chauncey's adjusted well to the new position, so I'm excited about those guys.
Do you see him being a corner?
I mean, if need be, yeah, we just got to build depth. But he's done a tremendous job from day one to now, making the transition. So, he keeps getting better each and every day. So just moving forward, he's a guy that brings great snap value. He could go inside or out. So if he continues to do that, it makes us a better football team.
What is the challenge for a guy moving from like safety or from a nickel to a corner position? Duke as well.
Initially, it's just attitude. The want to. They have the skill set. Now all they got to do is just buy into what is being taught, and the will to do that. And all those guys have done that.
Does that mean you have no preference with him at corner or safety?
With Chauncey
yeah.
or Duke?
Chauncey.
With Chauncey, as long as he's on the field, we're a better football team, whether that be safety or at corner. As long as he's on the field, we'll be in a good situation there.
Who are some of the other younger guys who have stepped up to try to build that depth that you were talking about?
Right now, Putu is a guy that's coming along. The same thing with C.J. Williams, even though he's limited. But the things we've been doing with him, he's progressing at a high level. So we're excited about those guys as well.
How much does where Chauncey ends up and maybe even Duke depend on how much you can get from the freshmen that end up coming in?
The new guys, they'll come in, they'll have an opportunity to build some depth, and hopefully those guys can, get on the field right away. It's all about the learning curve for those guys, not being a liability in terms of that. And we don't foresee that, but if those guys can come in and pick up the system, then it helps us, it helps this team because we're building depth like that, quality depth.
You feel like some of these guys maybe feel a little bit of pressure knowing that there's 6 freshmen coming in this summer?
Oh, absolutely not. Why? We're a team here. We're all together. It's about doing what's right, and that's a part of it. There's always going to be competition, and that only can make you better, can make you stronger as an individual. Those guys should want that and embrace that. Same way with the guys that's coming in. They know there's some guys here that have some experience, so they're just looking forward to the opportunity.
What's your impression of Chauncey's personality and his bravado, or whatever you would call it, on the field?
He's a confident player. He's a confident player, no doubt. But it's also about him challenging the things in the right way, and fitting in schematically to what we're doing. So when he does that and he's at elite focus, he can be a phenomenal player.
I'm sure first practice you're kind of staring at the minutes of what you're supposed to do and trying to figure out where you're supposed to go. How has that been?
Well, it's been great. Running is running. Run plays are run plays. The biggest learning curve is just understanding the different names in protection. Learning this offense, the back got a lot more responsibilities. You've been in an offense where they just got to check down a swing route and a wheel route. With this offense, the back's included in everything. So just learning where they fit at and continue to fine-tune them as an offensive player. Don't let them run routes, little things. Don't let them run routes and not expecting the ball. Always teach them every chance you get the ball, got an opportunity to come to you. So continue to teach them the finer tunes of things of playing that position.
Did you talk to Tim Skipper at all before, or did you kind of want to go into it with the blank slate?
We talked, but we really didn't get into it because I'm a big believer on forming my own opinion. You may watch a movie, you may not like it. I may watch a movie and I may think different. So then later on, once I get a feel for them, we'll talk on some of the things that the kids, their strength and some of their weakness, so I know how to attack different things. But if I came in and jumped in wide open on my own, try to get my own feel for the kids.
Now that you have a little bit of a feel, what do you see as some of the strengths and weaknesses as a whole?
I think we're very competitive. I think we got a very unselfish room, which is important, especially when you got one ball. And I think guys are being very competitive in everything they do. Who can score, who can get the first down, who can make that block. But it's a competitive nature. Nobody saying I should be getting this, I should be getting that. It's a room that's pulling for each other. So I'm very pleased with that.
There was a feeling last year among fans that the committee approach was kind of being forced at times, like Scarlett would be hot, but get pulled out of the game because it was the committee. What's your preference? Do you want to have a lead back if he's earned it, or?
Well, I think this day and age, there's no truly dotting the I where you sitting in one spot the whole game. We ask these guys to do so much, from running routes to blocking to, to run the ball. Well, they're going to get tired. It's hot, it's humid. You know what I mean? I came, I played multiple guys. I think a fresh back is better than a tired back. And so you always remember that as a coach because that's when bad things happen. So, you know, if a kid hot, he's hot, as long as he can keep going. But if he's looking to the sideline, he need to blow it. You got to get him out the game, especially when you got other guys you can put in and not miss a beat.
How many carries do you think he's capable of handling?
I don't know that question yet. You know, that's a hard question to answer.
Sure.
You know, we in spring practice and we pushing these guys to the limit and they responding. You know, it's different on Saturday because every drive is different. You may have a drive where it's a 5-play drive. You may have a drive where it's a 10, 16-play drive where he's going to be tired. You need to get him out and get him fresh. And then you never know how many plays we're going to play throughout the game. It could be a 50-play game. It could be a game we got 80 snaps. Depends on how we're doing on offense. So it's a lot of errors that dictate how long he plays in the game.